Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are watching this video from, right? Um, Welcome to Dominate Your World TV, the place where we share ideas, we challenge mindsets, where we inspire change so you can take charge of your world, okay? This place, what do we do? One, we share ideas, we challenge mindsets, and we inspire change so you can take charge of your world. Now, my name is Godsway, and I'm so glad to have you with me today. I'm super glad to have you with me. Before we start, please take a moment to subscribe to Dominate Your World TV, like this video, so more people can see it. Okay, share it with your friends and family, and please, your voice matters. Your voice do what? It matters. So please add your thoughts, drop your thoughts in the comment section as we go along. So, what is our problem? What are we talking about today? Um, Today we are tackling a cultural challenge that has been eating away at our national development and our moral values. So that is the belief that to get anything done, you must pay something extra. Okay, and it has really become a norm, and I think it's something that we need to draw attention to. We need to draw attention to it so we can tackle it. There's a price to pay for everything. There's a price that we pay for everything. Anything that gets done, there's a price to pay. Um, and so it's important. Yeah. But when it becomes such that it denies people of their privileges, it denies people of their rights, it denies people of primary access, and it brings inequality. If it breeds inequality, it's a problem, right? So, in Ghana today, even in a normal um, way of life today, culture, this has become so normal that many people don't even see it as corruption anymore, right? We see it in two ways. It comes in two ways. First, um, it's unofficial, so we can call it unofficial wetting of hands, bribes. So the envelope is passed under the table or, dash to speed. It's just done to speed up service. So yes, and then the official one is express fees or premium fees. And we say that if you want things to, if you want to get things done quick for you, you have to pay extra. So this is known as I don't know the term to use. So it's premium or fast track fees. So, and these are legal, but they are so expensive. They are so expensive, such that they create a two-class system. They create a two-class system. What are the two-class system that they create? The system makes it so that there are some people they get quality service and some don't get a quality service that we are supposed to all be enjoying, right? So this is not just a system problem, but you see that it's a cultural problem, and there is a need for us to deal with it. So here is the truth: corruption does not build a nation, yeah, and it does not draw us near to God. So it weakens our trust in one another, it slows our progress, and damages our relationship with the values we claim to believe in. So corruption, one, I say, it does not build a nation, it does not draw us near to God, and it weakens our trust in one another. It slows our progress and damages our relationship with the values we claim to believe in. We all believe in something, and these are things that we believe in. Now, what are the root causes? The root causes, the very first one is we teach and then we don't model, we don't practice what we teach. So you go to the university, you see, I think, was it about 2 years ago, our former president, Nana Akufo-Addo, He says that if you want to be rich, then you quit being a teacher. Teachers were asking that they are paid, they check their condition of service, and the only thing the president could say was that if you want to be rich, it's not you cannot get rich when you sit in the classroom, and that's crazy. So why did I bring this in? We teach the root cause of our problem. We teach without modeling. So the teachers they teach, but if you ask them to practicalize what they teach, it will be problem. So we are good at telling people what is right, but not always good at showing it. And our parents tell our parents tell us, parents tell their children not to cheat, yet they cut corners themselves. Our pastors preach honesty, but pay to get things done faster. Teachers talk about integrity, but sometimes they take part in the same system they condemn, right? As we are talking about this thing right now, imagine I also have, I also go and then I also I go and I also use the premium, the fast track, give money to somebody to do something for you quickly, and that really denies a lot of other people their values, right? So our followers, whether children, whether congregation, whether employees, they don't just listen to what we say. We need to take note. They copy what we do. And when they see us break the rules to get results, they learn that the rules don't matter. And that is crazy. So we teach and then we don't model. And those we are teaching, they are watching us, they are seeing us. And so they tend to think like, okay, so the thing they are teaching me, it doesn't matter. So we don't practice it because we don't show it to the people. So our parents are teaching us and they are cutting corners themselves, and so we are also doing same. And that is why we get to our university campuses today and you see simple election that we are supposed to do at the SRC levels, it becomes crazy. It becomes so crazy that sometimes we have to take it to court because we don't believe that the election was done fairly. We think that some people were cheated, right? So that's it. Now what's the third thing? The first thing we look at, being the root cause of our problem, is we teach without modeling. The second one was systemic incentives. So the systemic incentives is that our institutions uh, make processes too slow and our institutions make processes so slow and difficult that people feel they have no choice but to pay extra. So public servants are often underpaid, creating a temptation to seek side income. Problem. So number the second main root cause is systemic incentives. So our institutions often make processes so slow and difficult that people feel they have no choice but to pay extra. And our public servants are often underpaid, and this creates a temptation to seek side income, and that is creating a lot of problem. Hi, yep, I'm good, thank you. I hope you are good today as well. Yeah, so it's important for us to really check these things if the incentives that we have as nations and the systems that we set up rather encourage people to be corrupt, we continue to be corrupt, and the things we teach, the things we are expected to do, we have all the rules, all the laid down procedures, we have everything, but we don't end up what doing them. We have everything, we have processes beautifully captured, beautifully outlined, beautifully documented, but we don't follow them. And that is creating a lot of problem for us. Now, the third thing is cultural acceptance. So, over the years, this behavior has become normal, okay? So, people say, this is how things work. This is how things work. And if you want yours to work for you, then go follow the system, follow the process. And once something becomes culture, it becomes even harder to change. And that is one of the main reasons why we still find ourselves where we are today, because it has become our way of life, and it is now very difficult for us to move away from it. So please, these are the three main dimensions, the three main root causes of the problem that we are talking about. And this is really serious because this is not going to draw us for those of us who believe in God. God doesn't like corruption. So if we have a system that is corrupted, God is definitely not going to be part of it. God is definitely not going to be happy. And so God has placed us here. So once He opens our eyes to it, we need to create awareness. We need to share it with others who perhaps haven't seen anything wrong with it, so we can begin to tackle it. Now, what are the effects of this whole thing? The things we have identified. Um, the effect is one, it creates inequality. So those with money get better, faster services, and those without must wait, sometimes for months. Can you imagine? You have to wait for months. So instead of waiting for months, we are all made to go and look for extra money, no matter how we get it, so that we pay and get express services to get our things done so fast for us. Because every one of us, if you don't need something, you will not even go in for it, right? So, for example, the birth certificate issue crisis that we had, which I spoke about in our previous video. In fact, I got a lot of critiques, I got a lot of comments from people, but later on we all we speak it up about it, and then we had consensus. So uh, there's a problem in the system. We don't have paper to print for everybody. So if you want yours to be done for you quickly, you need to pay extra. And that extra can cost you, in fact, the average worker in Ghana doesn't even earn that money. To pay 2,000, 2,500 to get your birth certificate done for you, something that you have the right to, is problem. Instead of paying 150 cedis or 200 cedis to get it done within the same time, problem. So now, because you need it, you are forced to go and look for the money so that you can pay extra and get it done. So that's the problem. It creates inequality. So those of us who don't have the money, we are not able to access the services. And this is the number one effect. The number two, loss of trust. So people stop believing in institutions. Yes, I know most of you watching right now, we don't believe in institutions anymore because we all assume that the system is rigged. Yes, the system is what is rigged. The system is rigged, so we don't believe in it anymore because of these challenges that have been dominating our systems culturally. So culturally it has penetrated, and it has not been infiltrated, and it has really brought us this far, and it's not a good thing. So one, inequality; two, loss of trust; and three, generational corruption. This is where I want to really dwell on. So when these things happen generationally, it's going to continue, because once it becomes culture, it becomes our way of life, and we don't pause to work on it, to address it, it becomes generational. So the next generation grows up thinking this is the only way. This is the only way. If you want to get things done for you quick, you should do what? Pay extra. Please, whatever you are watching this video right now, I want you to like the video and share. Please, let's share so that others can also get to access this information, this message. Um, so if we don't tackle it from the root, and we still see it to be this is how we get things, that this is the way to go, it is going to continue into so many generations. Then the next effect that it will have is that there's going to be a slow development. So we are going to, you see, Ghana right now, we've passed 60 years, we are going to 70 years. But see where we are, and we are all complaining every day. Look at Burkina Faso. The leader has taken just 6 months. 6 months, and everybody can see, the world can feel the impact. Just 6 months. Oh, may God bless President Ibrahim Traore, right? We like that. So if corruption is not tackled culturally, it's going to slow it. So projects get delayed, resources get wasted, and then excellence is replaced with shortcuts. Please, can I repeat that again? One of the effects that corruption really breeds and then on us is that it slows our development. It can be on individual level. So our projects get delayed, our resources get wasted, and excellence is replaced with shortcuts. So if you don't go through the shortcuts, you don't get things done quickly. Now there's also a greater one, which is spiritual impact. So when our actions are dishonest, they don't align with the righteousness God calls us to in scriptures. The scripture says that righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach. So spiritually, it also impacts us when our actions are dishonest. It impacts us. We don't grow, and it's a problem. Now, what is the way forward? Well, how are we going to tackle this? We need to lead by example. Number one. So change starts with us, and leaders in government, our pastors, religion. Not only our pastors, but everybody who is part of the chain. In our teachers, we need to lead by example. And businesses, businessmen, businesswomen, let's lead by example. So we must practice what we preach. We must practice what we say. We can't just talk integrity. We cannot just be talking about integrity and then we must live it. And when people see leaders refusing to take shortcuts, it sends a powerful message. When all of us, we see our leaders refusing to take shortcuts, it sends a powerful message, and that is number one. So number one, we have to lead by example. Number two, we have to reform the system, and this thing that I'm doing right here is one of the ways to go. So how do we reform the system? We need to simplify our processes so there are fewer points where bribes can be requested. It's not something that we want, but we cannot entirely deal with it too. So we need to simplify our process. We need to, secondly, introduce more digital services to cut down face-to-face dealings. We need to do what? Introduce more digital services to cut down face-to-face dealings. Then we need to review our express fees so they are fair and not exploitative. Like I mentioned in my previous video, they said if you want it done for you fast, go and pay for the premium service fee. Go and pay the premium service fee. And imagine something that you need to get done by paying 100 cedis or even 70 cedis or even 120, you end up paying almost 700 cedis. So that is it. So number three, main change, we need to change the culture. How do we change the culture? We need to launch national campaigns that explain why small bribes are harmful and not harmless, okay? Why small bribes are harmful. We need to teach integrity in schools with real life models. We need to teach it with real life models, and we need to create community watchdogs, right? To monitor corruption in public services. And this one, all of us must be part of it. When you go and you see, you whisper. It's not like you are going to get a thing done for you. You want it to be done for you so quickly. So when you see something wrong, you don't talk about it. You don't mind. And that is not helpful. Then lastly, we need to protect and reward integrity. Let me close my eye and say it again. We need to protect and reward integrity. We need to protect and reward. We need to strengthen whistleblower protections so people can report without fear. And we need to publicly recognize those who resist corruption, even when it costs them something. Yes, we need to do that. Those are some of the ways. So we are about ending this session, and thank you very much for staying so far. Please like the video and share. If you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. So what are our takeaways from this section? We're saying that corruption is not just about leaders, it's about each of us. Every one of us, we are involved. And actions speak louder than words. So if we want the change if we want the change, then we must live it. If we want change, if we want progress, we want to develop, then we must begin to live it. Then we say that both unofficial bribes and official express fees or premium fees, they keep inequality alive. They continue to breed inequality. They continue to create classes. They continue to make us look at some people are better than others. And if we want to build a better Ghana, if we want to build a better life for ourselves and honor God, a life that honors God, then integrity must become our way of life. Yeah. So, my friends, corruption will not be defeated by slogans or policies alone. That's the main thing. Corruption will not be defeated by slogans or policies alone. It will be defeated when our actions match our words at home, when you are home, in the office, once you get to your workplace, in the church, and in government. Well, if you believe we can change this culture, I want you to type integrity first in the comment section right now. Those of us who are watching, I want you to type integrity first. Can you do that right now? Type integrity first if you believe we can change this culture. And remember to subscribe to Dominate Your World TV. Like this video, share it so this conversation can continue to reach and impact many lives. Let's spread it. And Ghana and ourselves, our lives together, we can build a nation where doing the right thing is a normal way of life. Thank you very much for watching. I remain your friend, Godsway, and I'm happy you stayed with me. Let's share this video. Let's spread the message. We must do everything to stop this thing from spreading further into the generations to come. Let's deal with it head on. It's a collective responsibility. We must all get involved, and God will bless us all. Thank you very much for watching. We meet again. Goodbye.